everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 14th of July 2022. Let's start. Indian Navy's stealth frigate NS Tarkash conducted a maritime partnership exercise with which country's navy recently? So Indian Navy's stealth frigate, that is NS Tarkash, visited Djibouti and conducted a maritime partnership exercise with Sudan Navy ships Almas and Nimer, where in the Red Sea near the Sudan naval base. So this is a part of its long-range overseas deployment, and also it is on a deployment to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Okay. Now coming to the question slide, here we'll see some of the important questions regarding Indian Navy. Which indigenous missile corvette of the Indian Navy was converted to a ship museum? This is INS Khukri. Which business recently partnered with the Boeing to do extensive maintenance checks on 3 Indian Navy P-8I maritime patrol aircraft? So answer would be Air Works. Indian Navy participates in exercise Bongo Sagar along with which country's navy? So we have recently conducted exercise Bongo Sagar with the country Bangladesh, right? And also if we talk about some of the important exercises, another very important exercise is Sampriti, which we conduct with Bangladesh. Then next is Mitra Shakti, and we conduct it with Sri Lanka. Next is Maitri. Maitri is the exercise between India and Thailand. After that, Vajra Prahar is the exercise between India and USA. Then another exercise that we conduct with US is Yuddha Abhyas. Okay. Then next is Nomadic Elephant. Nomadic Elephant is the exercise between India and Mongolia. Next is Shakti. It is the exercise between India and France. And another important exercise is Garud Shakti, and it is the exercise between India and Indonesia. Okay. So we conduct Shakti with France, then Garud Shakti with Indonesia, and Mitra Shakti with Sri Lanka. Okay. So do not get confused among all. Indian Navy held joint surveillance and patrolling operations with which country at the islands of La Réunion? This is the country France. Which company delivered the Scorpion class submarine named as INS Vakshir to the Indian Navy? This is Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders Limited. Okay. So actually this company has to deliver total 6 submarines, and which are these? First is Kalvari, second is Khanderi, then third is Kalanch, fourth is Vela, next is Vagir, and Vajir is still in sea trials, and last is INS Vakshir. Okay. So these are the 6 Scorpion class submarines that have to be delivered by Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders Limited. Next question. Where is the Artificial Intelligence in Defense Symposium and Exhibition organized? So our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the first ever Artificial Intelligence in Defense Symposium and Exhibition in New Delhi. So it was organized by Department of Defense Production, which works under Ministry of Defense, to showcase the cutting-edge artificial intelligence-enabled solutions that have been developed by the services, research organizations, industry, and the startups and launch of AI products for the market. Okay. Also at the same event, Generation Next Artificial Intelligence Solutions Competition was organized. Fine. Let's see some of the important venues. Which is the venue of the Natural Farming Conclave in 2022? So the Natural Farming Conclave was recently held at Surat in the state of Gujarat, and it was addressed by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi through the video conferencing. So farmers from the different villages along with other agriculture bodies have joined this Natural Farming Conclave, and this conclave also discussed how to leverage the natural farming to boost the agriculture and the farmer welfare. Okay. Next is, which is the venue of the first India Animal Health Summit 2022 in India? So this summit was organized in New Delhi, and it was inaugurated by Mr. Purushottam Rupala, who is our Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. And this particular summit was organized by ATG means Agriculture Today Group and Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture, that is ICFA. Okay. Which is the venue of the 11th World Urban Forum that was held in 2022? Answer would be Poland. Which is the venue of the 2022 United Nations Ocean Conference? So this conference was co-hosted by Kenya and Portugal. So the venue was Portugal basically. Okay. And when do we observe the World Ocean Day? We observe this day on 8th of June. And what was the theme for this year for the World Ocean Day? Revitalization, collective action for the ocean. Fine. Which is the venue of the National Conference on the Cyber Safety and the National Security? So the venue for this event was New Delhi. Which is the venue of the plenary session of 110th International Labour Conference? Answer would be Geneva, Switzerland. And the headquarters of International Labour Organization also lies in Geneva, Switzerland. Right? Next question. Shinzo Abe, who was recently assassinated, is the former Prime Minister of which country? So he is the former Prime Minister of Japan, and recently he passed away when he was shot at a political campaign event in the city of Nara. Okay. Actually, his speech was a part of a campaign for his former party, that is the Liberal Democratic Party, because upper house elections in Japan are due to take place in this week itself, right? Let's see some of the important appointments. Who has been sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra state after the resignation of Uddhav Thackeray? So now onwards, the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra is Mr. Eknath Shinde. And who's the Deputy Chief Minister? It is the BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis. And don't forget that Mr. Rahul Narvekar has been elected as the Speaker of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, and he is the youngest Speaker of India. Fine. After the resignation of Mahinda Rajapaksa, who was sworn in as the new Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. So the new Prime Minister of Sri Lanka is Ranil Wickremesinghe. Former World Bank economist Rodrigo Caves sworn in as the President of which country? So he has been sworn in as the President of the Costa Rica. Xiomara Castro has been sworn in as the first female President of which country? So she is the first female President of the country Honduras. Daniel Ortega sworn in as which country's President for his 4th consecutive term? So he is the President of Nicaragua. Fine. Next question. What is the worth of total exported defense items and technology from India in 2021 to 22? So Defense Ministry has recently announced that India has exported the defense items and technology worth record 13,000 crore rupees in 2021 to 22. So this is a 54.1% rise over the previous year and the highest ever exports number that India has ever recorded in defense. Fine. So India's defense exports are mainly to the country US, Philippines, and the countries in the Southeast Asia, Middle East and Africa. Okay. Coming to the question slide, which institution has developed an artificial intelligence based tool named as Pivot that can predict the cancer causing gene? So IIT Madras has developed this pivot which can predict the cancer causing genes in an individual, and this tool will help in devising the personalized cancer treatment strategy, and also it is based on a machine learning model that classifies genes as the tumor suppressor genes, or you can say the neutral genes. Okay, simply have to remember that this tool has been developed by IIT Madras. Which institution provides payment aggregator licenses to the payment provider? So Reserve Bank of India has recently provided the payment aggregator licenses to several payment providers such as Razorpay, Pine Labs, Stripe and OnePay. Okay. Actually, payment aggregator are entities that enable e-commerce sites and merchants to accept various payment instruments from the customers for completion of their payment obligation. And according to the RBI guidelines, payment aggregator need to have a net worth of 15 crore rupees as on March 2021, and it should have a net worth of 25 crore rupees by on or before March 2023. Okay. Convention for the safeguarding of the intangible cultural heritage is associated with which institution? So it is related to UNESCO. Actually, India will be a part of two committees of UNESCO. First is Intangible Cultural Heritage for the year 2022 to 2026, and second is the World Heritage from 2021 to 2025. Okay. Which institution has announced to introduce a mandatory course on the caste awareness? This is IIT Bombay. Which institution approved two loans of $500 million each to support India's health sector? This is World Bank. Okay. Next question. Indian Air Force has participated in the Tactical Leadership Program with which country? So a contingent from the Indian Air Force has participated the Tactical Leadership Program at Cairo West Air Base in Egypt. And this program is taking place at the Egyptian Air Force Weapons School in Egypt. Right? So actually it was the part of Egyptian Navy's joint training program with the global navies to further enhance the combat capabilities of its personnel. Okay. Let's see some of the important international current affairs. As per the Enforcement Directorate, Vivo India remitted over 60,000 crore rupees of its turnover to which country to avoid paying taxes? So the Enforcement Directorate money laundering probe into mobile phone maker Vivo India has revealed that the company remitted over 62,476 crore rupees of its turnover to the country China between 2017 and 2021 so as to avoid paying taxes in India. And according to the official, Vivo India's books showed losses in most of its associate firms while transferring money to the country China. Okay, so they have basically remitted this much amount to the country China. Marburg virus disease cases have been recently detected in which country? So World Health Organization has announced that 2 suspected cases of the Marburg virus disease have been detected in the country Ghana. And it is a kind of highly infectious viral fever in the same family as Ebola virus disease. Okay. Shinzo Abe, who was recently assassinated, is the former Prime Minister of which country? Just we have talked about it. Answer is Japan. Which is said to become the first state in the country to have an exclusive research and development policy. This is the state Karnataka. So now onwards they will infer 0.1% of their state GDP to the research and development policy, and also it is the very first state of India to have an aerospace and defense research and development policy. Okay, and also they have semiconductor as well as renewable energy policy. Which country organized the World Peace Forum 2022? Answer is China. And India's ambassador to China, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rawat, participated in this event. Okay. Next question. The Union Road Ministry has approved the construction of the Greenfield connectivity to the Jewar International Airport in Uttar Pradesh and which state? So Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, announced the construction of the Greenfield connectivity to the Jewar International Airport in the state of Uttar Pradesh and Haryana has been approved. Okay, and the budget for the project is 2,414.67 crore rupees, and this airport will be connecting Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. Okay, let's see some of the important airports that were in news. Which Indian airport was named the best regional airport in India and in South Asia in Skytrack's World Airport Award? This is Bangalore International Airport. And also this particular airport won the Best Airport and Aviation Innovation Award at the Wings India Award function, which was organized at Hyderabad. Bangalore International Airport Limited has partnered with which bank for a one-stop payment solution? So for this purpose, it has partnered with Kotak Mahindra Bank. Which airport won the COVID Champion Award at Wings India 2022 event? Answer would be Cochin International Airport. Which defense public sector undertaking has signed an agreement with the Airports Authority of India for the cooperative indigenous development of system? So Bharat Electronics Limited has partnered with Airports Authority of India so as to develop indigenous development of systems. What is the target set by India for establishing the new airports by 2025? So by this time, we will develop at least 220 new airports. Next question. Srinidhi is a scheme associated with which state or the union territory? So Telangana state government has allotted about 3700 crore rupees to the Women's Self-Help Group through Srinidhi. And this is about 600 crore rupees more than the allocation of last year. So according to an official release, the government has spent about 14,750 crore rupees during the past 8 years to the self-help groups for setting up the business. Okay, so this is a scheme from Telangana state. Coming to the question slide, which state is the first to export tobacco to the US as a new opportunity for the farmers? So Andhra Pradesh has exported tobacco to the US for the very first time in the country for a government agency. And Andhra Pradesh Markfed has opened a new opportunity for farmers, and the agency procured about 1.3 million kg of tobacco in 2020 following the directions by the state government. Pariman, which was recently seen in the news, is the geoportal for planning and management in which state or the union territory? So for the purpose of effective utilization of remote sensing and GIS technology, a web geoportal has been developed through National Informatics Center, initially for use by the National Capital Region, that is NCR. So this geoportal will help to improve decentralized planning and management in the NCR region, and aim is the optimum utilization of resources in the public interest. Okay. Mangad Hillock, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state or the union territory? It lies in Rajasthan. Which state or the union territory launched Mission Kushal Karmi to upgrade the skills of the construction worker? Answer would be New Delhi. West Bengal has signed a new reciprocal transport agreement with which state? So recently West Bengal and Sikkim have signed a reciprocal transport agreement. It means that it would facilitate the vehicle movement between the two states. Akhil Bharatiya Shiksha Sangam was organized in which state or the union territory? So it was organized in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Next question. When is the National Fish Farmers Day celebrated? So this day is celebrated on 10th of July every year to display the solidarity with fisher folk and fish farmers throughout the country. So it is the 65th National Fish Farmers Day being celebrated across the country, and every year this annual event is celebrated to commemorate Professor Dr. Hiralal Chaudhary and his colleague for their contribution in achieving the induced breeding of this species. Okay, let's see some of the important days. When is the World Zoonosis Day observed every year? So we observe this day on July 6th. What is the theme of the National Doctors Day 2022? First of all, this day is observed on 1st of July and this year theme was Family Doctors on the Front Line. When is the UFO Day observed? It is observed on 2nd of July. What is the theme for International Day of Cooperatives 2022? So it is observed on 2nd of July and this year theme was Cooperatives Build a Better World. Okay. When is the World Asteroid Day observed? It is observed on June 30. Okay. Next question. Which Indian public sector bank has launched Metaverse virtual lounge and open banking sandbox environment? So Union Bank of India has announced the launch of a Metaverse virtual lounge and open banking sandbox environment. And this initiative has been undertaken with partnership with Tech Mahindra. And the bank's Metaverse virtual lounge will host the product information and videos in the initial phase. Okay. Let's see some of the important banking related current affairs. Which state received approval for a $300 million World Bank funded school education project? This is Chhattisgarh. Which bank has partnered with the government of Haryana for the distribution of mobile phones through e-UPI? Answer would be Indian Bank. Which new body has been approved to replace the bank's board bureau? So Financial Services Institution Bureau would replace the bank's board bureau. Which country's central bank partnered with the Bank for International Settlement to establish a pooling scheme? This is the country China. Which major country's central bank has announced its biggest interest rate rise in nearly 30 years? So USA has announced its biggest interest rate rise due to high inflation. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today. And we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nusrat Sana signing off.